Pasta or pizza?
What's your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza used to be capricciosa.
Capriccioso.
I always take margarita.
I take like the spicy pepperoni pizza. In Italian is la diavola.
Yes.
But I take it with with French fries.
You put the French fries on top of the pizza or on the side?
No, on top.
On the top. Okay, that's that's very American.
I know, but it's a really good combination.
Yes, it is indeed. So, do you know why renewable energy is important?
Yes.
Why do you think?
To not pollute.
Yes, that's a very good answer. So let's say until recently, most of the electricity was being produced with fossil fuels, coal or gas, which you find underground. The problem with that is that, as you said, Oliver, not only pollutes, it's also responsible for global warming. They also emit a gas which is called carbon dioxide.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you produce too much of this, which is what has been happening over the last years, then you cause this global warming. It's like greenhouse effect. So, Niccolo, do you know any other ways to produce renewable energy besides wind?
Solar energy.
Solar energy, that's a very good one.
But the solar energy works more when there is the sun, or like when it's night works slower.
That's an excellent question, Niccolo. In fact, this is a small solar panel. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes.
And then you produce electricity when there is sun, and you can make this fan spin. Okay. You cannot produce at night, Niccolo. When it's dark and there is no, sunlight at all, then you cannot produce. This is why you need actually a combination of more technologies, because the solar panels will produce during the day.
I know another kind.
And maybe the wind turbine will spin during the night.
There are some what makes electricity from the water power.
Exactly, that's another good example. Hydroelectric. Hydropower.
I always think about what other kinds we could make of renewable energy.
The magic thing about renewable energy is that it comes from nature. So we don't have to, dig underground to find the fuel. It's actually out there. And it actually comes from the 4 elements of nature, all the renewable energy. So
yes.
It's water, it's the air, and then the fire, which is the sun, you could say it's fire.
Yeah.
And what is the 4th one?
No, it's ground.
Exactly, Niccolo. That's your answer to the question. If you go deep, it gets really hot. And there are places where you can actually take out this heat and you produce electricity with that. Do you know how that energy is called? It's called geothermal.
What?
Geothermal.
Geothermal.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do like my job very much. I like it so much that I also like, having conversations like the one we're having today, and also going to schools and speak to children and make them aware of the climate problem and basically tell them, and like I'm telling you, that you can actually act and do something to help. I mean, European Investment Bank is one way, but there are many other companies whose daily work is in favor of climate.
What's your favorite part of your job?
Thank you, Niccolo. Very good question. I think there are two things that I like. I mean, one thing is, through my job, I'm trying to contribute to having a better climate and contributing to the solution of the global warming by supporting renewable energy projects. Maybe the thing that I like even more is working with other people in a team, motivating other people to do the same, to work hard for this objective. And then when we actually manage to finance a project and we see the project happening on the ground and the turbines spinning in real life, then we said, well, that was really worth the effort, and it gives us the motivation to support a new one.
The work in the bank. How many money did you have there?
Well, actually, Oliver, I don't really know because I don't follow, if you like, the finance part. But what I can tell you is that we're a no-profit bank, so we don't use the money to make a profit. We use the money to support the people and the society and the economy by financing.
Like charity?
It's not charity because, of course, we need our money back to finance more projects. But the objective is not to make a profit, but is to be able then to reuse the money for new projects.
How is called your bank?
It's called European Investment Bank.
Okay, 1 second. I need to do something.
Did you name it by yourself?
Well, it was created in Rome, actually. It was created through the Treaty of Rome, which was at the beginning, just after, a few years after the war. You can look that up. So it was actually in Rome that all the governments of...
Can you put it in the chat?
Yes, I can do that. It's called the Treaty of Rome. Wow, I feel under threat here. But so, Nicola, what kind of gun do you have exactly there?
No.
Is it
for tomorrow that I'm coming for.
So you have something tomorrow?
Yes, I have something to do at Luxembourg. Yeah.
Okay.
But
cool.
there is something strange that is at the European Bank. To do something tomorrow.
I understand. You wanna come to rob the bank.
But what was your dream when you was a little child?
That's a good question. I mean, when I was your age, I wasn't thinking of energy and climate, of course. I liked being an actor, I think. This is what I had in mind. Actually, one of the first movies I saw was Star Wars. It was a long time ago. I think it was 1978.
What?
Can you imagine the first Star Wars? I was 11. Like you, Nicolo. And they played that movie. And it was one of my very first movies. And I liked it so much.
How old are you now?
I'm 53.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yes.
42 years had passed.
40. You're very good at maths, Oliver. Congratulations. Yes, indeed. And Star Wars is still there after 42 years. After 42 years. So yes, I wanted to be an actor or maybe either football or tennis player.
I want to be a football player.
I don't want to be a tennis player, but I play tennis.
I had a fantastic teacher, and I started to be really interested in physics, which is, explaining, how objects move, about energy. Then after that, I said, okay, maybe I can do engineering at university. And then I ended up working on energy. But you have plenty of time to find out what you like. I think the important thing is that you do something you really like. What do you like at the moment?
Football.
Football.
Art.
And Nicola, do you support a specific football team?
Yes, Rome.
Okay, well then we have something in common. I support Rome as well, and I guess you watched Italy play yesterday.
Yeah, 3-0.
And Oliver, how do you practice your artistic inclination? Do you just draw at home, or do you take?
I draw at home.
You just draw at home.
I know a channel that teaches how to draw.
Do you read any book?
I like reading comics, but now I am stuck on the Dark Hunter.
I like reading comics, but I'm trying to read like chapter books.
It's horror. It's horror.
Ah, Dark Hunter. Okay, and you're stuck on it, meaning that you like it and you can't stop.
Very much.
Okay, I'm reading with my children, well, with my 11-year-old from time to time. We're actually reading now, if you're interested about discovering about the universe, how the universe works. It's called Unlocking the Universe. It was written by Stephen Hawking. Do you know Stephen Hawking?
Yes.
And Lucy Hawking, which is actually his daughter. They're trying to explain very, very complicated things in an easy way. So I'm actually enjoying reading it as well, not just my...
It's very thick. It's very...
It's very thick, isn't it? But it has a lot of pictures inside, so it's not, very dense.
Can you show?
Yes, I mean, there's one, you can see
Wow.
the galaxies, and
Wow.
this is a volcano.
Wow.
That's geothermal energy, by the way. You see, a volcano is a nice expression of geothermal energy.
What is your first movie that you watched? Was Star Wars or another one?
Yeah, the first movie was Star Wars, and then I kind to start following actors that I like. I mean, one was Robin Williams. There was one film called Jumanji.
Ah, yeah, Jumanji.
So
the old Jumanji. I watched
the old one.
Yeah,
that's the actor. Really love that actor.
I saw it all three: the old one, the new one, and the new one.
I know this is an old movie, but there is one you should really watch: Mrs. Doubtfire. It's basically it's about Robin Williams. They have a family, but they split. Husband and wife, they split, and he's not allowed to see his children very often. But he really loves his children, and so he dresses up as a woman, and he's hired as a cleaning lady by his wife without her realizing that it's his husband. And then you have plenty of really, really funny scenes. You must watch it. It's really, really funny.
How is it called?
Mrs. Doubtfire. I'll put it in the chat.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
So Oliver, Nicola, it was really a great pleasure speaking to you. You had lots of really interesting questions. Well, now I'm just waiting for you to come to Luxembourg. Just let me know. I'll be happy to show you.